Welcome back, everyone. If you could please like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. So in this week's video, we're going to be doing a beauty dish lighting setup, and we're going to try 4 different types of fill, and actually one time where we don't use any fill, and Josiah is going to be helping us out today. You want to go ahead and check out his Instagram, which I'll put on the screen down here. So we're going to start off by using no fill at all. Then we're going to use a white piece of foam board. Then we're going to use a silver foldable reflector, something that probably all of you own. Then we're going to use a standard light, a regular light with a standard 7-inch reflector. And we're going to then follow that up by using a 1 by 3 foot strip softbox. That way you can see whether or not there's a big difference between these different fill sources. Does it matter if your fill source is shiny versus white? Does it matter if it's small and hard versus large and soft? Don't think about that. Let's find out and get started with our testing. All right, so we're starting off with no fill at all. And we've got this set up. There's also a hair light back there. So his face is metering at f11. His hair is metering at 5.6. The reason I'm shooting at f11 today instead of f5.6 where I normally am is because there's quite a bit of distance there between his eyes and the front of his hair. And I want to make sure that it's all sharp. So we'll get started here with these first ones. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and add in a white piece of foam core. All right, so I folded up my V-Flat World V-Flat into this table. I use this all the time for fill on shoots. It's way easier than using a piece of, I could also use a 20 by 30 inch piece of foam board, but I'd need to figure out a way to hold it, and it's way faster for me just to put this in this configuration and go for it. So let's go for it and see what happens. And as we zoom in here, you can see that the foam board is visible in the lower part of his eye here. And then, of course, we've got the catch light from the beauty dish. All right, so next up, I'm going to use this Salins, I don't know what brand that is. I got it on Amazon, reflector. It looks like it's about 3 feet or 1 meter across. This one in particular, it has a hole in the middle because I was doing some ring light simulation thing for another video or client, so don't worry about that. But we're just going to sit this here on top of the V-Flat. That should give us a nice bit of bounce. If you wanted to, you could lift this up. It'd probably be more intense. We'll just go ahead and use it flat for our experiment and see what happens. All right, and you can see in this frame that we've got our catch light from the beauty dish, and we've also got our reflector here bouncing light back. The reason why I didn't tip up the silver reflector is because I wanted it to be a fair comparison between the reflector and the V-Flat, since the V-Flat was flat as well. So before we move on here to using this Elinchrom one with a standard reflector, I just wanted to let you know that I measured the light coming off of the reflector by putting my hand over it, and I metered it and found out that it was f4 and 7/10. So when I'm using this reflector here on the Elinchrom one, this is a standard 7-inch reflector. We're going to be using this for a hard light example. I want to make sure that it meters exactly at f4 and 7/10 when I've got this pointed down at this light and only this light firing. I'm able to do this directly from my Sekonic L478 light meter. So now that I know that we're getting the exact amount of fill out of this source as we were getting off of the reflector, let's go ahead and shoot some test frames and then see how it looks. Perfect. And now zooming in here, you can see that there's a small catch light from the 7-inch reflector, and you also can see the catch light from the beauty dish. Before we move on, I just wanted to say that if you enjoy learning from me in these videos, you probably would also enjoy reading my 2 lighting handbooks. Volume 2, which just came out, has 23 different one light setups, and Volume 1 breaks down 20 different multiple light setups. In each of these digital downloads, you'll find behind the scenes photos, diagrams, and the final images, as well as a full breakdown of how I got the images. That way you'll be able to use it as inspiration or recreate the exact photos on set during your next photo shoot. And in addition to that, you'll get my Intro to Lighting Guide free. This 31-page digital download goes over all of the fundamentals of lighting. That way you'll have everything you need to get started in the studio. So for more information and to get your copy today, just go to johngress.com/lighting handbooks. All right, so we've got this one metering at f4 and 7/10, just like the hard 7-inch reflector. This is an Elinchrom 100 by 35 centimeter strip softbox that's about 1 by 3 feet. And since it is a much larger source, it should be a much softer source. And so let's shoot some test frames and see if that matters in the results. Perfect. And now you can see in this frame with the 1 by 3 foot strip that the catch light is a lot larger on the bottom. All right, so now I'll put up on screen 5 different images representing the image without fill over here on the left, then the image second from left with the V flat only, then the image here in the center with the Silver Reflector, then here second from right we've got the small 7-inch hard reflector, and then finally on the far right the 1 by 3 foot or 35 by 90 centimeter strip box. So let me know in the comments below which one you think looks the best and which one you're going to use on your next shoot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.